Next on Worcester News tonight, remembering a friend lost in a tragic drowning. The victim's cousin describes the traumatic scene. Plus, school is out for the summer. A look at programs keeping Worcester's youth off the streets. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemmon. Tonight we are hearing from the cousin of the Millbury man who drowned last week. Ronnie Marlowe was with his cousin Michael when the incident happened and says he did everything he could to try and save him. Our Chandler Walsh joins us now with more on the tragedy the family is experiencing. Chandler?
Olivia, childhood best friends and cousins, the two were close since they were young. And tonight, Ronnie Marlowe is speaking out about the traumatic incident and the type of person his cousin was for the first time.
Believe it, yeah. Keep looking over, like waiting for him to pop his head out of the water.
Ronnie Marlowe holds his cousin's baseball hat in disbelief he's gone. Michael Boyd drowned Friday while the two searched for a missing tackle box on Dorothy Pond in Millbury. Marlowe says Boyd put on a snorkeling mask and went into the water.
He went down and he breathed in water and just panicked, I guess, and went straight down.
Marlowe has had multiple ear surgeries and is partially deaf, but it didn't stop him from trying to save his cousin.
I didn't see him, so it was right after the thunderstorm. So I guess the current was real bad anyways. I just dove in. I kept swimming.
Marlowe was released from the hospital Tuesday after suffering a seizure and damage to his ears. He thanked first responders for their efforts trying to save his cousin. Millbury Police Chief Donald DeSorcy was one of the first on scene and got right into the water.
We knew time was of the essence. We really didn't have much. And so the officers, we just got in.
The two cousins grew up in the same apartment complex and did everything together. As adults, they spent time together outdoors, including many fishing trips on Dorothy Pond, right next to Marlowe's home. Marlowe says his cousin was a wonderful person with a great personality.
Loving husband, great guy, good to hang out with.
The family is still shocked and coming to terms with the tragedy. Boyd was a father of 4. Olivia?
Such a sad story. Thank you, Chandler. A federal judge dismissing 2 lawsuits against the former head of the Massachusetts State Police. The lawsuits were filed by 2 state troopers who allege they were ordered to change the arrest report of a judge's daughter. The judge says troopers Ryan Skevier and Allie Ray's allegations against former state police superintendent Richard McEwen and Major Suan Anderson do not meet the proper standards under federal law. The troopers claim they were ordered to help illegally change the arrest report of Allie Bibaud, the daughter of Dudley District Court Judge Timothy Bibaud. The troopers still have cases in state court. Volunteers from a central Massachusetts mission are working in Haiti as the country experiences violent protest. They grounded most flights in the island nation. Despite all the disruption, the nonprofit's resident says everyone is doing well. Our Roslyn Flaherty joins us now to explain. Roslyn?
Olivia, the nonprofit says things are getting back to normal, but the State Department advises Americans to use extreme caution. After days of violent protests in Haiti, Scott Long says things are starting to calm down. He's the president of a nonprofit in Hubbardston called Mission E4 and is on a mission trip in Haiti. Haiti's government announced an increase in gasoline prices last week, which sparked the protests. The U.S. Embassy in the country's capital is warning U.S. citizens to shelter in place.
Along with the roadblocks, we're burning tires in the streets and, bringing vehicles to block the road and rocks and all kinds of things to keep people from passing.
Long has been working in the country for almost 20 years and says he isn't afraid for his safety.
I've kind of been through a few rounds of this. I certainly understand, people being here as new people. It's definitely a nervous experience.
His son Taryn is traveling to Haiti this week with 25 other mission members to work on building a new school.
Any of the people that I was talking to on the ground, they were encouraged to shelter in place during the protests, but none of them ever felt that they were trapped in any way or that they were in danger.
Long says he had a carpenter from Princeton arrive Monday afternoon with no problems, but the State Department is still warning U.S. citizens to exercise extreme caution. Because of these protests, the Haitian government has suspended the fuel price hikes. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
The town of Auburn will be combating mosquito numbers Tuesday. The Central Mass Mosquito Control Project will be spraying sections of the town. Street listings include Anderson Way, Chapin Way, Drake Circuit, Lester Street, and more. The spraying comes after positive West Nile virus samples were found in the town and in neighboring Worcester. The Department of Public Health says no human cases have been confirmed yet this year. The Red Cross announcing Monday they are in an emergency need of all blood types. They say typically during the summer months they receive fewer donations, and there was a big decline during the week of the 4th of July. Account Executive Catherine Lawler says they are using more blood than they are receiving. In Massachusetts, the Red Cross needs to collect 400 units of blood per day to keep up with the local need.
The summer is always challenging. A lot of people travel during the summer, especially during the 4th of July week. We saw a lot of travel. Additionally, we rely a lot on high schools and colleges during the rest of the year. So during the summertime, we don't have that strong supply from the schools. And yeah, we did see even more of a decline than we typically do over the 4th of July week this particular year.
And Lawler says the Red Cross fell 15,000 units short nationwide this past week. Keeping kids off the streets. Several summer programs in Worcester offer a safe place for students to go during the workday where they can participate in different activities and continue to learn throughout the summer months. Our Brittany Schaefer joins us now to explain. Brittany?
Olivia, the Boys and Girls Club of Worcester sees hundreds of children every day. They say it's important to keep kids busy during the summer months, and it leads to less crime. It's the sounds you can hear all year long at the Worcester Boys and Girls Club. In the summertime, the club sees 600 children every day.
We have everything from boxing to basketball to swimming, but we also have the arts, including dance and music. In addition, we address summertime learning loss by doing a lot of literacy programs.
Their goal is to keep city children ages 5 to 18 busy during the summer months. Executive Director Liz Hamilton says their program helps keep crime down during the busiest months for Worcester Police.
When the club had to close because we were moving from Ionic Ave to here in Maine South, we actually saw an increase in crime. And since we've been back here in Maine South, there's been a decrease in crime. So I know it's important. It's the most critical time of the year.
And the Worcester Police Department say programs like these work.
It's a big help because kids have a lot of free time, and inevitably when kids get bored, sometimes they're going to do things that we don't want them doing and their parents don't want them doing. So having productive activities, organized activities for them to channel their energy into is a great thing, and it keeps kids out of trouble.
The department runs 6 different youth programs during the summer, including basketball games. Lieutenant Sean Murtha says it's important for officers and children to bond.
It's great when they can see us as people or coaches and not just authority figures. So it's a way to get to know kids better and on a different level than you would just by being a street cop.
Hamilton says with the right support, every child can succeed.
All kids are at risk if they don't have the resources and support they need to grow. We're really helping our kids have a great future.
The Worcester Police Department's basketball program runs twice a week. Murtha says it's a popular one with more than 300 kids involved. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
CNBC has a new list of the most expensive places to live in the country, and it includes several New England states. Massachusetts is number 3, topped only by California and Hawaii. Connecticut comes in at number 8, and Rhode Island is 9th on the list. CNBC used average home and food prices, monthly energy bills, and health costs to come up with the rankings. Meanwhile, Worcester is ranked among one of the most well-run cities in America. It's according to a new Wallet Hub study. The best and worst run cities in America study focused on 6 different service categories. Our Cam Jandro has more.
City leaders say Worcester is in the middle of a renaissance, and a new study agrees, ranking Worcester as one of the top-run cities in the U.S.
They're working really hard to provide quality, critical services that the residents really need, like education, public safety, public works, parks.
Personal finance website Wallet Hub placed Worcester 50th out of 150 in the 2018 edition of Best and Worst Run Cities in America, finishing 6th in all of New England. The Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce says the city is in a much better spot today.
I think we've made great strides in the city over that 10 years. You know, their bond rating is up. They are not taxing to the max.
Wallet Hub's examination focused on 6 key factors: financial stability, education, health, safety, economy, and infrastructure and pollution. Residents we spoke with were mixed on how the city is doing.
There are other major improvements that need to also be looked out to.
They have a lot of good services for veterans, medical, education. There is progress. Unfortunately, we have the heroin epidemic.
The ranking puts the city above Springfield and Boston. The only other Massachusetts cities included.
Worcester is the second largest city in New England, and it's about time that we act like it. And I think, you know, we're really acting like it now, and people are starting to take notice.
Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
Thank you, Cam. Chick-fil-A is giving away free sandwiches today, but there's a catch. You have to dress up like a cow to receive one. July 10th marks the chain's annual Cow Appreciation Day. The celebration is part of the restaurant's long-standing advertising campaign, encouraging people to skip burgers and instead eat more chicken. In Worcester, dozens dressed up like the animal to receive their free entree.
Fantastic. Families coming together, doing the spots, doing the ears, doing the noses. It's been great.
And this is the 14th year Chick-fil-A has hosted the event. They will be serving free sandwiches until 7 p.m. tonight.